Hello. So, two quick things before we begin. Firstly, YouTube has, for some reason, been unsubscribing active accounts from pretty much everybody's channels, and some people are more and some are less affected by this, and as a smaller channel, I'm more affected by it. They seem to do this every time we post a video, so if you've been unsubscribed and are watching this, or are not subscribed but do watch my videos, it would be really helpful if you did subscribe. Secondly, for the unpopular opinions about Season 11, I will be taking them from the comments of this video, so to make it clearer, in the comments of this video, please do post your opinions, but like the more unpopular ones. Well, this video is simply put an updated version of the Season 11 ranking that had already been up on my channel, and that was made before the actual finale aired because, well, I kinda knew that there was no chance that Brooke or Akira were going to win because they were up for elimination more than once, and we've seen Silky's lip-syncing abilities on the season, so Evie was the only obvious winner of the season. But I just wanted to redo this video just to double check my work, explain certain placements, and of course, not sound like a chipmunk in the video. This is a point system in place, let's get it started. In the last place is, as always, the first eliminated queen of the season, Soju. Blah 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 sis, poor excuse, who cares, but Soju is probably and maybe sadly best known for that specific thing on Drag Race. However, she is more known, I believe, for her web show Shot with Soju, which I love that title, and just in general her YouTube channel. In the 14th place is Kahana Montrese, or as Miley Cyrus called her, Kahana Montana. It doesn't really rhyme because Kahana, but then it's Montana. Maybe like Kahana Montana, but like, no. By the way, Plastic Hearts is a really good album, listen to it if you have not already. But Kahana, other than being Coco Montrese's drag daughter, is probably best known for her lip syncs on the season, as both episodes that she was in, she lip synced for her life. Once she won, and the second time she lost. In the 13th place, with the first deviation from the show's ranking, is Mercedes Iman Diamond. I remember just how hard of a time I had pronouncing her name when I did, like, reviews of Season 11. Why did that happen? I don't know. Mercedes somewhat got lucky for being part of a winning team in episode 3, giving her one high placement during her 4-episode run. She is probably best remembered for her opulence and her two fantastic bottom 2 performances, both against Kahana and Raja O'Hara. And speaking of, in the 12th place is Raja O'Hara. Legend. Honestly, legend. I actually really like Raja, you know, she's great TV, and I love how she exposed the producer's antics on her last episode. But as we know, doing that always results in almost an immediate elimination. She wasn't a real contender for the crown, and she has one of the worst track records for a queen that made it as far as she did, but I just have to say that her frustration on the season was very much so understandable. Also, and again, I must say this, she's a great performer. Honey Davenport, another queen with a PP score of 2, is above Raja because once we take away their mini challenge win points, Honey is above Raja, so she's in the 11th spot and Raja is in the 12th. Simple as that. Again, I like Honey. She didn't really have a memorable showing on season, but we can always remember that she's the first queen to lose a lip sync to 5 different queens. She is sometimes kinda cringy on Twitter, but you know what, it's 2020, we're embracing cringe culture, so we're embracing Honey Davenport as well. My best friend Ariel Versace is in the 10th place with 12 points earned in the 5 episodes that she was on the show. Have I emailed Ariel yet about doing the unpopular opinions video with me? I have not. Will I do it? Yeah, but my hopes aren't really high when it comes to the response. Miss Vanjie is in the 9th place, having earned 30 points in the 12 episodes that she was on the show, and so placing 4 placements below her original placement. Listen, Vanessa was screwed over a lot on the season. If y'all want me to, I could do a video on that, if there's still interest over Vanessa, of course. And it's pretty sad that she was almost a guarantee eliminated queen in the top 5 episode, as they were 100% keeping that lip sync between her and Brooke for the last episode. Had there not been something between the two, Silky would have 100% been in the bottom 2 with either Brooke or Vanessa, and again, would have most probably lost the lip sync. Sugarcane is in the 8th spot with a 2.6 PP score. Her elimination was absolutely stupid. She did not deserve a bottom 2 placement. I can understand it from the point of view that the judges wanted to have one queen from each group in the bottom 2, but that's as far as I'm willing to go to defend the judges, because her placement there was mind-numbingly stupid. The judging on the season in general was that, so shame that Sugar had to suffer because of it. In the 7th place is somewhat a surprise eliminated queen of the season, Scarlet Envy. Listen, I did not buy into Scarlet until the ball episode, where to me, she would have been up there amongst the high queens, but the producers just did not seem to care about her. Her PP score is 2.6 recurring, and as you can see, she placed 3 places above her original placement. In the 6th place, lowest of the top 4, is Akira Chanel Davenport. Akira's PP score is lowered because of her loss in the finale, as is Silky's, but we'll get to her in a bit. This results in Akira being 2 spots below her original placement. Akira is the villain of the season. Sure, there were other queens who were annoying, but Akira was a strategist. She knew what she could get away with, she knew which queens could do her dirty work for her, and she stayed away from drama as much as possible. So much so that many people are still confused why I included her in the villains team in my Heroes vs. Villains season, which may be coming back soon, who knows? But yeah, Akira is really good TV. Surprise elimination number 2 is Nina West with a 3.09 recurring PP score. I say surprise elimination because, well, you know, she wasn't the worst of the two in her bottom 2 lip sync, but like, I can understand her elimination because she also wasn't good in the lip sync. Nina does have 2 wins under her belt, and she got away with a lot on that runway. She's beloved, she's fun, she's not my cup of tea, but I understand why people like her. In the 4th place is Plastique Tiara with a 3.1 recurring points per episode score. Plastique has, in the last couple of weeks, really showed her ass with her OnlyFans and, you know, just trans women telling her why what she's doing is damaging to them, and then a plethora of queens and fans not listening to the trans community that was upset over the scamming that Plastique was doing, and I think still does, but that always happens. You'll never seem to listen to trans people in general, that's nothing new here. But to talk a little bit about Plastique's performance on the show, she got away with a lot too on the runway, being very repetitive, but on the other hand, the way that her native accent came in whenever she was under pressure was always criticized by the judges, which is absolutely stupid, and I've talked about this already, let me not go on, I'll get heated. In the 3rd place is the legend herself, the inventor of comedy, the Ashley to Eureka O'Hara's Mary-Kate, Silky Nutmeg Ganache. All praise to Silky for working towards getting a PhD in, I don't really remember what, but yep, that's amazing. Something I love about Silky is her name, but like, her legal name, as stated online, it may not be true, I don't know. Let's call it that, you know, her legal name, and I don't want to come off as offensive if that's a dead name or something. But allegedly her legal name is Reginald Steele. Like, she's literally Reggie Steele. That's amazing. In the 2nd place is the winner of the season, Evie Oddly. I love Evie. She's so fun. From the second that she stepped into the workroom, she was my favorite. She had the arc that Jinx Monsoon had and the one that Sharon Needles had on their respective seasons, all in one. And then add on to all of that the fact that she was injured because of a condition that she has, and she still kept going in the competition. She's just fantastic. She also is one of the smartest players of the game. She knew what the show was about. Like, she could be doing my job here on YouTube and she'd be doing it flawlessly, and probably even better. Nothing but love for Miss Evie in this house. And lastly, in the 1st place is the runner-up of the season, Brooklyn Heights. I don't think Brooke is losing any sleep over not winning season 11. I mean, she got her own drag race to be a judge on, but from what I've heard, there she crowned the 4th best competitor, so maybe she still is a little pressed over not winning. I mean, listen, there are 2 possible explanations on why she lost. 1, Drag Race is following its tradition of not crowning a queen that was up for elimination more than once on its main franchise. Or 2, she lost because she's white. Either which way you look at it, the winner she chose for Canada's Drag Race won either because of Brooke's frustrations over losing while having a very strong track record, or because of representation. I guess either way I'm right. Who would have thought? Oh, and by the way, I'm sent everything that y'all tweet about me, so get a life. The biggest winner of the season is Plastique Tiara, who placed 4 places above her original placement, while the biggest loser is, coincidentally, the queen that beat Plastique in the bottom 2 lip sync when she got eliminated, Vanessa Mateo. Now the notes. Episode 1. Silky won the mini challenge, so that's why she's blue, and every time you see a score being blue, that means the queen in that episode won a mini challenge. The high queens were Plastique, Akiria, and Vanessa, whereas Mercedes and Nina West were the low queens. Episode 2, the first group acting challenge. Brooklyn Heights was low, alongside Ariel Versace. The high queens were Plastique, and then Sugarcane. Episode 3 is the Diva Worship episode, and this episode is notorious for having a bottom 6, so in there, everyone but Honey Davenport got 1 point. On the other hand, everyone in the winning team, other than, of course, the winner, was high, so they got 4 points for that position. Episode 4, the Trump musical thingy something. The high queens were Evie and Brooke, whereas the low queen was Vanessa. This trend of Evie and Brooke being high and Vanessa being low happens a lot during the season. Episode 5, which was the ball, the high queens were Evie Oddly and Plastique Tiara, whereas the low queen was Silky. Now for episode 6, the Drag Olympics episode, everyone on Akira's team was high. The losing team was weird as hell. So Plastique, Nina, and Vanessa all got mixed critiques, so it was hard to figure out who was safe and who was low. Plastique got more negative critiques on her performance rather than her look, whereas Vanessa and Nina got more negative critiques on their looks. Obviously, the challenge is of higher value, right? Right? Yeah, no, as Plastique was the first one to be called safe, and usually I don't really look at this, but the comments that were given to her clearly stated that she was the best out of the bunch. So, again, safe points. So, I guess in this scenario it was the runway that decided it all, leaving Vanessa and Nina as low. Yeah, weird. I would not have done it like that. Episode 7. The high queens for the Farm on the Runway challenge were Brooke and Evie, and the low queen was Nina West. Episode 8. Suga and Nina West were high for Snatch Game, and Vanessa was low. For episode 9, the improv police challenge thing, Silky and Brooke were high. Yeah, Silky was high in that outfit. Yikes. Suga, on the other hand, was low. Episode 10, The Magic Show. Well, Vanessa's team's critiques were just confusing. Awful. Weird as fuck. Akira is an obvious safe, even though she did completely miss the runway category. Between Silky and Evie, one has to be safe and one has to be low. And y'all, Silky straight up told that what she did was something in the maxi challenge that could get the queen in the bottom 2, so she's 100% low. Plus, the judges responded better to Evie's runway. Episode 11, Evie was low, Akira was safe, and Vanessa was high for the makeover. For the Queens Everywhere episode, even though these dumb bitches decided to have a bottom 2, they also said, no winners. Well, fuck all of that. This is a competition, Miss Ma'am. The queen that got the best critiques got 5 points, the second best 4 points, and the third best 3 points. And in the finale, episode 14, Evie got 5 points while Brooke got 4 points, as they were the 2 in the final lip sync and the 2 that were not eliminated. And that's it. That's the video. So, unless I get another video idea, the next video is a Heroes vs Villains episode 3, and then after that, probably a What If about All Stars 2? What could it be about? Well, you'll have to wait and see. Thank you for watching.